What's going on, people of YouTube? Zen's here bringing you a tutorial on how to get a MOAB or MOAB, aka Mother of All Bombs, in Modern Warfare 3. It all started when I made the tutorial on how to get a tactical nuke in Modern Warfare 2, so now we're stepping it up. We're going for the MOAB in M.O.A.B 3. So let's start off with creating a class. And for the assault rifles, I would pick either the SCAR, the Type 95, the G36, the ACR, and I used to love the AK, but it seems they've dumbed it down a bit for Modern Warfare 3, so I would suggest not using that. My personal favorite would be the G36. I'd put kick on, put a red dot, don't really care about what kind of target dot it is, and yeah, whatever camo. But that's just for the assault rifles. I don't usually use assault rifles. I like to use submachine guns. I like to be in the action more. I don't really like to stay back on the map and kind of just pick people off. I like to be able to get a bunch of kills and die a few amount of times. If that's most of the time, it does alright, and sometimes it doesn't work at all. But anyway, so for my favorite submachine gun, it would definitely be the P90. And for the P90, I'd put range and the silencer. And because those two cancel each other out, it makes the gun pretty much normal. But now that you're suppressed, you can't be seen on enemy UAV when you're firing. And that just works out for everybody, except for the other enemy team, of course. And for machine pistols, definitely the secondary choice here. Either the FMG9 or the Scorpion, and always use a Kimbo on both of them, because you will win every firefight at close range with a Kimbo. And that is not a lie, because I don't think I've ever won against a Kimbo either one of these. So, yeah, I haven't even unlocked it yet, but whatever. So, for lethal, be using the Semtex, for me anyway. Frags, whatever, they both are pretty horrible anyway. You don't get many kills with either of these. You pretty much have to stick the enemy, or it has to be literally right next to them for them to get a kill. And if you're more of a campy type playstyle, you definitely use a Claymore or a Bouncing Betty. And yeah, so for tactical, I use concussion grenades, but I would definitely go with the flash grenades. I'm just more comfortable with concussion. Flash grenades, they both throw exactly the same rate, and flash grenades are definitely more effective. I don't know, I'm just weird and use concussion grenades. It's just what I've always used in every COD game, even though they both throw exactly the same rate. It used to be that I'd use the concussion because they threw faster than flash, but this game, that's all different. So, for the first perk, I would use Blind Eye or Sleight of Hand Pro, and you can go back and forth between the two. Blind Eye would definitely be a choice if you want to be stealthy right off in the beginning. You don't have to get any kills, because we're going to be using the Specialist Killstreak, and definitely put Blind Eye in the Specialist Killstreak if you don't have it already. So yeah, we'll put Sleight of Hand on, and for the second perk, always use Assassin, because you don't want to be seen by UAVs, and you don't want the enemy to know where you are, period. So you want to be ghosting around the map, so definitely use Assassin on pretty much every class. And then I would use steady aim, because hip firing in this game is very effective, especially with the P90. It has a lot of rate of fire, so you're going to get a lot of shots off. Maybe you'll get the lucky headshot doing steady aim, but definitely aiming down the sights is a lot less effective than using just the hip fire in general. So, and for the strike package, we're going to be using the Specialist Killstreaks, because these two really aren't going to help you that much when you're going for the MOAB, but you want to have an advantage over every enemy you face, and definitely using the Specialist, having all the perks once you get to the 8 kill streak, is the way to go. So, for the first 2 kills, you're going to want dead silence, because you don't want the enemy to hear your footsteps, and there's a lot of people with headsets nowadays, so they will definitely be able to hear it if you don't have Dead Silence Pro, or just Dead Silence in general. And for the second, you're going to either want Sit Rep or even Quick Draw. Though you can go back and forth between the two. I use Sit Rep. I really want to get Sit Rep Pro, because once you get Sit Rep Pro, you can hear the enemy's footsteps louder, and that will definitely help you out when you're sound whoring with a headset. If you don't have a headset, then definitely just go with Quick Draw, and you'll be able to win in the drawing of your gun into aiming mode, whatever you want to, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. So I'll use sit rep and hopefully get it pro someday in my life. But for the last one, you want blind eye, because you don't want to be seen by enemy kill streaks, enemy air support, anything like that. You could actually put this one for the fourth if you wanted to, and then put whatever you wanted for the last one, like click draw or sit rep. And almost forgot to mention, when you get to an 8 kill streak, which hopefully you'll be able to do once you get the first 3 perks, you will get every perk. So you'll have every single perk, and I think, I'm not positive, but you actually get all of the gun upgrades as well. Not like attachments, but like range and kick. You get all of them on your gun too. So it's really, really like almost an unfair advantage against everybody you face, and you just have the up on everybody, and we'll definitely be able to get a bunch of kills. Alright, so now, we'll just put sit rep for the 6th one, and we have our class. There you go. You can also, for submachine guns, this is the other very effective one, is the MP7, and what I use is, I think, range. Yeah, I use range, and I also have a silencer on this gun, and it's pretty much the same thing, and you should be able to get a lot of kills with both those guns, because, well, those are the most effective for me anyway. So yeah, there's your class setup. Let's move on to the gameplay portion of the video. And my gameplay is very effective for me anyway. At least that's how I like to play. I like to not really camp and not really rush at the same time. I like to have a happy medium where I run into the action but not at the same time. I want to get a good amount of cover, an effective spot where I can get a bunch of kills, but not actually like just rushing in and getting like 2 kills and maybe then dying right after. I want to have a spot where I'm like behind cover and I can pick off enemies and I can still get a bunch of kills while I'm at it. And then I will move as soon as the enemy changes spawn, whatnot. It's just, I'm not staying in that one particular spot the entire match. So, and that's what's led me to a 2.5 KD ratio, and it's going up every day, so it's what works for me, I guess. And I like to play Kill Confirmed, because Kill Confirmed is just like Team Deathmatch, except not, because, well, kind of just blew that one. But anyway, Kill Confirmed is you have to go pick up the dog tags instead of Team Deathmatch where you just kill the enemies. And when you just kill the enemies in Team Deathmatch, there's a lot of campers, and it's no fun when you're playing against a bunch of campers because you can't really do anything, and you just have to run into the enemy's fire, and it's not fun at all. But in Kill Confirmed, they have to go pick up the dog tags, leading them to not stay in the same spot the entire match. That's why I like Kill Confirmed. So, let's move on to some actual gameplay. Okay, here is the gameplay portion of the video where you actually get to see me get my first M.O.A.B. This was the first one that I got. I'm using the MP7. I'm on hard hat, and it's a suppressed MP7. I think this is the exact class that I made. I'm not positive. I made the class that you just saw after this video, or after I got this M.O.A.B. So in the beginning of this, you'll see that my gameplay is a little more aggressive. I'm rushing into the enemies. I'm trying to get to my specialist kill streak. And you'll see that it's just, I'm not really caring right now if I die or not. But as the game progresses, you'll see that my gameplay will turn into a little bit more campy. It definitely turns into more campy because I don't want to die. I want to make sure that I can secure that M.O.A.B. I see these 2 enemies on the radar, decide to wait them out so I can easily pick them both off. Pretty much just get them from behind there. And I think it doesn't occur to me that I can get the M.O.A.B. for a little while as I'm just kind of rushing through, just trying to find enemies. The only reason I survived that grenade blast, however, was because I had the specialist on at that point in time. And when you have the specialist on, you have all the perks, obviously. So I had blast shield or whatever, and I just took the front of that grenade like a true man and just took all the shrapnel in my face and just whatever, shook it off. I don't know. Now you can see that I'm just kind of looking for enemies here, just kind of running around. I suggest not going down that road very often, the one I just went down, because normally there's an enemy like right there, and normally they'll be able to pick you off, but I luckily won that firefight. As you can see, I was using steady aim, and hip fired him. And this gun definitely has a lot of rate of fire. I think it actually has more rate of fire than the P90, so you'll win a lot of firefights, especially when you're close range and you're hip firing. That's why I always use steady aim, because when you're hip firing, steady aim is definitely a big help. As you can see right here, it starts to become a little bit more campy. I see that all my teammates are on the other side of the map, so I wait there, knowing that there's going to be some enemies coming around the corner, and I guessed right, as there obviously was an enemy that I just picked off. So towards the end of this kill streak, once I'm approaching the 24 kill streak to get the mother of all bombs, I patrol this area of the map right here, as you see that I'm in. And behind these barrels is excellent cover, as a lot of enemies like to just rush in through that door thinking, oh, I'm going to go kill 300,000 kids right now. That was a huge exaggeration. I don't know why I said that. Anyway, behind this porta potty was another great cover. As you can see, I was a little twitchy at this point, kind of nervous. I'd never gotten a M.O.A.B before, so this was like the first one. And these two kills right here are a little bit of there's a little bit of tactics involved in that one, even though it kind of just looked like I shot two enemies. I shot the first guy on the right side of the pillar, and his teammate saw that he died, so he started to look down the sight, but I moved behind that pillar, and an inexperienced player will normally just think, oh, he ran away, so I won't have to look down my sight anymore. But that wasn't the case. I just moved to the other side of the pillar and picked him off easily, because he thought, well, obviously that I'd run away. So back to the middle of the map, just kind of waiting it out, waiting for enemies to run into my bullets. This is definitely a camping type of play style, but I'm not just staying in that one particular spot. I'm still kind of moving back and forth, checking my six, and because there's two ways to flank me here, obviously, so I'm just kind of waiting it out. This is definitely the spot on the map where a lot of enemies will pass through, so it's not like I'm in a spot where just kind of a few enemies will pass through. I'm in the best possible spot with the most amount of protection to get a bunch of kills. And I go for those dog tags. I hadn't really been going for many dog tags, as you saw, because, well, I didn't want to die, and when you rush out for dog tags, most of the time you will get shot. But I normally just check my radar, make sure that there's nobody around me or any red dots near me, and I will just go pick them up if I feel that I'm not going to obviously get shot and die. And now we are starting to approach the 24 kill streak, and I start to use my headset a lot more. I've actually been using it pretty much the whole time, because when you have a headset, it's a pretty big advantage to hear the enemy's footsteps, because not a lot of people use dead silence. Normally you'll see a lot of dead silence users in free-for-all, and that's where a lot of headsets are also at. Nowadays, actually, there's probably a lot of people that just use headsets. Like right there, I heard that guy coming around the corner, thinking that he's going to rush right into the middle of the map and maybe get a few guys, but he's not very cautious going around the corner, and that led to his death, obviously. See this guy on the radar coming around, just kind of wait for him, and there it is, the 24 kill streak. I almost died right there, actually. I kind of got lucky. My aim was a little off. I was kind of just flinging it around. I don't know. A lot of adrenaline, I guess. I don't know. It was playing a video game. It's kind of sad when you get adrenaline, but anyway, there's the 24 kill streak, my first M.O.A.B. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully it helped you out. It maybe got you a little bit better in your game style, your gameplay, whatever. And hopefully now a lot of you will go out and get a bunch of M.O.A.Bs for me, or M.O.A.Bs. Thanks much for watching. Please be sure to like the video if it helped you out, and maybe favorite it, because it really does help the video out. It helps it get noticed. And leave a comment about what you thought. And also subscribe if you haven't already to see more gameplays, commentaries, tutorials, whatnot, because I post a good often. So yeah, thanks much guys for watching again. This has been Zenz. Love you guys a lot. I'm out. Peace.